So for this video, we're doing it a little bit differently. This is one of the first times I've put up me casting in a video. I did have some footage from a tournament not too long ago where I had actually played BBG myself, but I was not casting. This time, I casted with my boy Cero, and it was fun, honestly, I gotta say. This was for JAMFEST, so if you guys aren't familiar, there's two larger tournaments right now going around for Runeterra. One is JAMFEST, the other is Duels of Runeterra. Duels of Runeterra, I will actually be casting this weekend, so if you guys enjoyed this, definitely check out my stream this weekend. I'm going to be streaming live all the tournament action for the North American tournament rounds 1 through 8. Again, I will be there with Cero, so all the links are going to be below to everything you need. If you want to sign up for the tournament, there'll be a link down there to sign up. If you want to check out the casting stream, go ahead and click the link down there. After tomorrow, I will also be casting the North American Day 2 for the top 16 double elim with Cero again. So very excited to see what happens this weekend with the tournament. This is shaping up to be the biggest tournament thus far, mainly because Team Liquid is now sponsoring the tournament, and I could not be more excited to see the community from where it went to where it is now being sponsored by Team Liquid. Good stuff happening. So if this is your first time on the channel, my name is Justin, also known as Shit Just Works. If you are returning, welcome back to a little bit of new content than what you're probably used to with Legends of Runeterra. So I do hope you enjoy. This specific video will be round 5 of the tournament from last weekend, JAMFEST number 4. A lot of numbers there. Follow along. I am going to be releasing round 6 in another video as well. This round in particular, again, is BBG. And without further ado, I hope you guys enjoy it. All right, we go. We got right at the start of the game. All right. Perfect. And we are back. We're going to get right into the game with BBG here. Let's see. And here we go.
All right, so we have BBG versus Black, no, not Black Rose Dragon, Blue
Now you're stuck on the Yu-Gi-Oh card.
And too many card games. Too many of these things, man.
We're just tossing cards out there. Like, all right, we know them all. We're good. Twisting Nether, Dark Hole. Does it really matter how you're killing the whole board? Come on, Ruination. It's all the same thing.
Oh, Wrath of God.
Yeah. Oh man. All right.
All right. So I'm looking at this list that Blue Rose has. He's playing a similar Lux deck. He's not going as in. He's not playing the unstable Voltician. But he's playing some cool cards. He's got some Radiant Guardians.
Nice. No unstable though. I don't know, man. Nothing beats the 3 unstable Guardians, Relentless Pursuit, or unstable Volticians.
I think a lot of things beat that, man.
Well, we'll see how far Prismat gets with it. So
yeah, I don't want to talk him down too much.
BBG going in here with the Draven. He's got a spinning axe, so if Blue Flower decides to block here, he is sacrificing his Swift Wing. So that is basically a free 3 damage. I can't imagine he would block with the Swift Wing.
This is such a chat attack. Honestly, Draven gets to do so
yeah.
All the unit.
Oh yeah. This is.
Oh, he's just going in too.
Ooh. Yeah.
He wants the axes. It's his axes, and he wants it now.
Yeah. So I wonder. So this is an interesting play because he's probably saying, okay, my opponent is not really going to have much to remove my Draven unless he has a single combat. So he probably wants to actually try to level this Draven up and, yeah, just get a ton of axes.
I wonder, with the change that they're doing to Katarina, do you think that we're going to start seeing these lists switch Draven out for Katarina?
So, okay, so if anybody's not familiar, there's some leaks of patch updates for Tuesday, which may or may not be accurate. They look accurate, but Katarina's being changed that her level 1 actually also gives you a fleeting Blade's Edge. I almost said Bleeding Edge. And so that's an interesting... honestly, I don't think so, because the whole thing with Draven is that you're getting extra copies of cards that synergizes well with things like Get Excited or Chump Wump or...
they're good to discard.
Yeah, just extra discard fodder, you know?
Since the Blade's Edge is fleeting, you can't actually take full advantage of it.
Yeah, I mean, you could discard it, but now that's it. I mean, you're done. You got one. You get one. That's it. So,
Yeah, so
all right.
it probably. I don't know if that's quite the shell where you're going to be putting Katarina, but I could imagine like Katarina and Ezreal like not being too bad together.
Yeah, no, I don't think they're terrible, especially because you are also getting another spell that can go to their face for Ezreal, so that's 3 more damage. So that's something to think about as well.
Yeah, and if you get a rally with like an Ezreal, say you're not trying to like actually get an OTK with Ezreal and you're using a more that gives you mystic shots, he's
Yep.
able to start attacking, generate more mystic shots. I don't know. Could be an interesting idea. I imagine it's probably not the ideal way to build the deck though.
Now I'm interested with that Draven play where he pushed for the extra damage. It might have been like a 10-headed play by BBG to essentially he's utilized. He might have been trying to like rip out the single combat from Blue Fire Dragon, like because he must have known, okay, the only way he's going to get rid of this Draven is with a single combat. So by threatening the level up, he's now forcing Blue Fire to basically play the single combat. So I wonder if he did that for that reason, to try to get rid of a single combat. And now you can see he played the Ezreal, so now my thought is, okay, he'd much rather have the Ezreal not get single combated than the Draven, right?
Yeah, Ezreal is like not a target you want to get single combated at all. He's never going to trade enough.
Yep.
He's just so valuable.
Yeah, he really is, to not only get more targets and level him up quick, but also in this matchup against good old Demacia Bannerman, it gives you extra removal that you are definitely going to need. So that's an interesting thermo beam. Why do you think? Oh, the Blade's Edge. Okay, I see it.
Yeah, he wants to set up for the Blade's Edge, or he wants to allow himself to get this Mystic Shot next turn.
Yep.
And worked on perfect timing because he ripped the Blade thermo beam right off the top.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, he's drawing very well for removal. He doesn't have any units, so if he does get rid of this Ezreal, Blue Flower Dragon, he might be in a little bit of trouble. But I think BBG specifically wanted to rip out that single combat and keep this Ezreal around longer. So I think is a very, very heads-up play by BBG to do that with the Draven.
Blue Flower Dragon, really hoping he was going to get a Radiant Guard. Ends up getting the Swiftwing Lancer, not quite what he's looking for. Radiant Guardian's the only thing that he could have gotten there that actually survived the turn.
I mean, listen, he can't be too picky, right? Swiftwing's not exactly terrible.
Swiftwing is the card, right? So if you're gonna, I think you prefer Swiftwing over some of the other.
Yeah, definitely Radiant Guardian being the #1 option though. So I agree with you there. Now he's thermo being the Swiftwing to save his Ezreal, which makes perfect sense. It's gonna feel really bad for Blue Fire Dragon. Hopefully he gets another challenger unit to get rid of the Ezreal. That would be nice.
Yeah, he needs something to deal with this Ezreal.
Ooh.
And that progress day coming just in time, once when BBG's hand was looking a little empty.
Yeah, that's going to really boost him to exactly where he needs to go. He's going to take this 8 to the face, maybe? Oh, no, he is killing the 3. Okay.
Interesting.
Now, I imagine at this point, the way BBG's been playing with being aggressive with this Ezreal too, all from that original Draven decision, I think he's doing this in order to get the level up on the Ezreal as quickly as possible. And there is a detain. That is, I wasn't even thinking of detain, to be honest with you.
I believe the detain is a 1-of copy.
Is it? Okay. Oh, and it's a little too late anyways. He's got and then when he kills the cavalry, he's going to get a second Ezreal on the field. So.
I think that detain came off of a Mage Seeker act.
Oh, that's right. I think you're right. So he's not maining it?
No, it doesn't seem like he has any in his list. I find that the decision to not play the P day last turn, the progress day last turn.
Yeah. I think that decision, he knew he had detain, right, from the Mage Seeker. So I think that's why he didn't play that. He wanted to get the Ezreal leveled up while detained, so that if he does kill this cavalry, he's going to get 2 Ezreals on the field. And wow, that just, that card feels bad to see a second one off right now.
Yeah, that's a little rough. You do have this rummage. It's going to get you. You have access to that Calling Strike to deal with the Mage Seeker as well.
Yep. Yeah, and the good thing too, I mean, with Blue Flower Dragon at 10, I don't think BBG is too worried about this detain, to be honest with you. I think he right now is just calculating how he finishes the game here. So he just needs to make sure that he plays things in the right order.
Yeah, because he's sitting on a lot of burn here.
Yeah, and I think what he's thinking is, okay, I got to get rid of anything that's not burst, because he's not going to be able, to counter if he plays burst. So I'm actually surprised he got rid of the spinning axes.
Yeah, I would think to keep the one spinning axe and get rid of the chump up there.
Or even possibly, I don't know, you could make the argument to even get rid of the get excited, because then you could play the chump lump. I mean, he drew another chump lump, so it doesn't matter. But when you play the chump lump, you're getting 2 more burst spells, and that's game. I don't think so Blue Flower is not playing anything lifesteal, right? Unless he gets a Radiant Guardian. Does he play Radiant Guardian?
He has 2 copies of Spirit's Refuge.
Okay, Spirit's Refuge.
He could maybe get like a health potion off of Karma. He has 3 copies of Radiant. And that's about it as far as healing goes for him.
Okay. So it's not totally impossible that he gets something, but see, the Karma's leveled up, so he's not going to get anything off Karma. Yeah, see, so he could just play 2 chump lumps and it's game.
Yeah, this is looking pretty tight for Blue Flower Dragon. He's going to have to do pretty intense maneuvering if he's going to get himself.
Well,
now, finding 4 spells here,
yeah,
that could do something.
Now, that might have been a misplay, because he played that and only got 3 because his hand size is maxed out. I think maybe he might have wanted to clear a card from his hand before getting the random spells to give him more of a chance to get heal. I don't know. I mean, at this point, he's got 10 damage.
The question, it might be just that what he actually has in hand doesn't fit nicely onto this board state, and he just needed to find something else.
Possibly. That is a good point. I mean, obviously, well, see, he knows BBG has game. So, yeah, so there's nothing he can do. So
it's such a satisfying feeling to just rip off that many mushrooms.
It really is, because you feel like you're winning because of the shrooms, even though you're not. just working
on that APM.
And, and listen, this is why we're going to go off on a little bit of a tangent here. Let me, Ezreal needs some sort of change, because I don't think in any game or any game state it's healthy to have a card that, with all the cards in your hand, your opponent cannot respond and you win. Does that make sense, right? Because if you just have burst spells, you just win and your opponent cannot do anything about it.
Yeah, there's literally no interacting with some of the lethals that an Ezreal sets up.
Yeah.
If it's the game is over.
Yeah, so I'm very curious to see if they don't nerf it with, because the preview, the spoiler that we were talking about earlier, they did not show Ezreal. So I'm hoping there's still some more coming down the pipe. With that said, we'll get back into the game real quick.
Ezreal's weird, right? Because he's clearly one of the most decks in the game.
Yep.
But in my opinion, he's one of the most entertaining archetypes in the game. Like, actually playing the deck, I feel like there's a ton of decisions to be made in an Ezreal game.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not easy to pilot, that's for sure.
You can play yourself out of a game pretty easily.
Oh, yeah.
If you're not paying enough attention.
Yeah, and especially if you're playing with somebody experienced that has, any sort of heal in their deck. If you're not experienced, you don't know to not use your spells with the Ezreal proactively. You don't know to sit back and wait till your opponent uses stuff. So that's easy way for a beginner to pilot the deck and lose the game. But beyond that, I mean, if you know anything about the game, it's just always going to be a broken deck.
All right. So BBG having... He slightly misses his curve. Not really. He gets 2 1-drops rather than a 2-drop. Can't complain too much. He's got this Fiora into that Bannerman. You got to be feeling pretty good about that, right?
Yeah, it's just, man, the curves that we've seen today with Bannerman. I don't think we've seen a hand with like on our side where we can see the hand that hasn't had a sweet curve with Bannerman today.
I don't think Blue Flower had to be happy at all.
No. He's gonna... Now, do you play the Fiora in Greed or play the Bannerman? I think you play the Fiora here because there's no way he's getting rid of those 2 birds. And it looks like that is what he's gonna do.
Yeah, there's no kind of that you have afraid of. Like Will of Ionia, but that's not really great. There's a Judgment, but that's not coming down for quite a while still.
No, so Blue Flower could Will of Ionia just to get a unit off the field, so he has to play Bannerman on 2 units next turn, but yeah, it doesn't look like that's happening, so he's just going to get the good old 3-unit Bannerman. Ooh,
Yeah,
he's look at the look
my
on his
God.
face. He's like, do I greed another bird?
He does not though.
He
I
does.
wonder
He
what punishes
thought
him
it.
for greeting there. Let's take a look.
The will of Ionia maybe, because then he gets the Fiora back, and then he only gets the buff on the birds. So maybe that's what he thought
Yeah,
of.
that'd be a little obnoxious.
But it's still not even that bad. I don't think there's too much risk in doing that though. You know.
It could be something just like you don't want your opponent to just play out like a 5/5 Radiant Guard.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. Yeah, and then you just kind of get screwed, like just overall for board state. So yeah, maybe he's thinking about that. I don't know. You could make the argument to greed there. You really could.
I think both plays are pretty acceptable there.
Yeah.
This way, all right, I see why he's doing it. This way he gets to keep up post. He has 2 riposts in his hand as well.
Oh, okay. Yes, that's a very good point. Okay. Yep. Keep the 4 mana open. And once again, just goes back to how important it is to keep mana available. It's probably one of the most important concepts in this game that if you are a beginner and you happen to be watching this, definitely try to remember that in any instances. However much mana you got left, your opponent is going to be thinking of whatever spells you can play with that mana.
Yeah, in a game like Hearthstone or Shadowverse, you kind of want to be tapping out. This game, you
Yeah. Oh, agreed 100%. I think mana management in Runeterra is a thing, whereas mana management doesn't really matter in most other games. I mean, it does, but it doesn't. Like obviously you need to get as much mana as possible, but it's just this game is very, very evident.
Yeah, this game will actively punish you for playing something you shouldn't.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
In
Big time.
Hearthstone, unless you walk into like an AoE, you don't really get punished.
Well, in Hearthstone, you could just screw up and then draw that card that discovers any card that solves the problem for you. So, what
Or you can just screw up and have your Yogg get you up.
Oh God! All right, here's the Hearthstone crossover stream again. All right. Oh my God. Oh,
That's a pretty great bannerman, right?
so I don't know. Hey, Sarah, what would you do here?
All right, so you definitely play the bannerman, right? But the question becomes, how do you do this attack, right? Because your opponent is representing Judgment. He has enough mana for Judgment, and your opponent's playing 2 of them.
Yep. Yeah, that is interesting. So yeah, the Bannerman's a definite. Judgment, man, huh? All right. Well, there now
Oh
he's.
my
Ooh,
goodness.
that's interesting. It does get a. It does get Lux too. So, huh?
So this completely turns off the attack this turn, right?
It's either that. Well, no, you can attack with all if you really wanted to push damage.
You
Which-
really want to attack into that 8/8 lifesteal?
Which, hold on, or no, see, he's killing a unit. I was gonna say he might have game, but because of that. Oh, okay, nope, yeah. So now BBG might
Okay.
have game. So if he pulls 3 and 4, then we're gonna have 5, 9. Yeah, that's game. If depending on what Blue Flower has, which does 4 mana. Can he? Oh, he has will. He could have will, right?
He could have a Will of Ionia. Let's see what else he could have.
Now, if
At
he,
only 4 mana, there's Will of Ionia.
and will doesn't even save him. Will doesn't save him either because he still has 3 units. That's game. I'm pretty sure there's nothing he can do. Oh, okay, never mind. Single combat. And then the Purify. So,
Brutal.
yeah, man, that feels really bad. So 4, 8, 13. He's at 1. Oh, I think BBG's a little disappointed. I think he kind of snap purified that and was thinking he still had game. Like I think he got a little ahead of himself there.
Well, he's still in a very good spot, right? Very commanding
yeah.
position, I'd say. But now it's again, Judgment is a very dangerous card.
Yeah, and I guess so. He is attacking with the Lux, so he must have a barrier. I was gonna say he can't really open attack too reliably with the Lux. If he has a barrier, he can because it's just gonna sneak out another barrier from BBG. But that back to back, he just hovered it. He's thinking, okay, do I play it just to kill the Lux? But again, the barrier would would stop those plans in a heartbeat.
Yeah, it's pretty heads up there. I think you have to expect that not to work for you, right?
Yeah.
Or you have to. If you go for the block, you assume that Lux is going to be sticking around.
100%. And yeah, and the fact that it's sticking around is not too hot for BBG. I'm telling you, I think he's really disappointed about that Purify. I mean, I don't know if saving the Purify would have helped him much, but I think he just kind of went for it there to try to get the win, and that might honestly be the point where this game turns around because as much as it seems that BBG has a commanding lead right now, there's a lot of things that Blue Flower could have to stay alive.
That's a pretty strong draw, though.
Yeah, the Relentless Pursuit, I think that seals it.
Well, I still think you have to be somewhat concerned of a judgment. If there is a judgment, though, does back-to-back get you out? Back-to-back and riposte both get you out.
Yeah, and the judgment pretty much like gets rid of all of his mana, and he would just have a Will of Ionia at that point. So actually,
Judgment plus Will would get him out.
Yeah, Judgment and yeah, exactly.
If he goes for the back-to-back, does that get him out? I think back-to-back might be safe.
You're saying if BBG plays back-to-back, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay, well, that won't matter. Unless he has the Judgment. Yeah, now he's going to have the Judgment, and he's going to... Wow. Wait, so, do I know this interaction correctly? Is this...
It's going to be a full heal.
Okay, it is a full heal. Okay, that's what I figured. Wow. That's a huge swing.
But that was two cards being hovered over, so it might not be...
Yeah,
it could be like a single combat.
And so maybe... And I wonder...
Combats.
It'd be interesting if he does have a Judgment and he's still kind of sitting on it as well. But I don't see why he would sit on it. Because the problem with playing a Judgment is you tap out. So I think that might be what he's worried about. But if he's tapping out anyways. Oh, no, he leaves 2 mana open. So maybe that's why he just doesn't want to tap out right now. Oh, okay, is that... Ooh, that might be... Oh, he doesn't get lifesteal off that, right? Because it's barrier?
Mm-mm.
Yeah. So I think that's game.
I think it needed to be Judgment there.
Yeah, Judgment was the only thing that saved him. Wow. So that, considering how well BBG drew, that was a lot closer towards the end there than we thought, I think.
So BBG's going to take that first game of the set.
You're still stuck on Black Rose Dragon.
I made the connection in my head, and I can't unmake it.
It's stuck there now. That card will forever be, that player will forever be a Black Rose Dragon.
It's happening to you too, man. You just thought he was a card.
Oh my god. Yeah, I'm gonna start calling him Black Rose now. You're a bad influence. Jesus. Oh man. So yeah. So now we're going into game 2. Oh wait, no. Was that? Why does it show 2 wins for BBG? Was that game 2?
That might have been.
Oh, that was. Oh wow. So you know what? So because we started a little bit late, BBG must have wrecked him first round.
Wow.
Like wrecked.
We started pretty immediately.
Yeah, we didn't really start that late. Like it might have been like a couple minutes, so he must have like really quickly won. That's crazy. Wow. Okay. Well, let's see who else is playing. BBG with a really quick 2-0, leading us into the 6th round here, and I think that puts BBG at 4-1. Is that right?
I believe so. Yeah, he hasn't dropped, and he only dropped 1 game to this, so that would put him at 4-1. So that's gonna make it so that he's playing tomorrow, right? Or no, he still has 1 more round to go through.
He still has 1 more round. He has a good chance of, even if he loses, to make top 16. But
I think only one. Is this going to top 16 or top 8? I thought I heard only one X2 makes it.
If it's top 16, I think one X2 makes it. Yeah, so I think it's top 16. Yeah, because there's still a lot of 3-1s left on there. So yeah. we could go. I know. So Celeb is playing. We could go back over to Celeb. And I think that's really. I really badly want to see Fresh Lobster play, man.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I really hope we can see Fresh Lobster as the last round of our day.
Yeah.
He's been just crushing it all day. He's been crushing it in the last tournament that he's played at. He's just a really solid player, and I want to see how he plays.
Yeah, and we were just talking. I think he won a tournament and got 2nd place in a tournament, if we're not mistaken. So, somebody's got to fact check us on that, but he's been crushing it. All right, that's it. I hope you guys liked the new content. I loved casting. It was a blast. I loved casting with Cero. I don't know, man. It's just fun to kind of shoot the shit and talk with everybody in the community. We had a lot of people hitting up the chat as well, which was kind of cool to kind of get to know some of the people that are watching the tournament. So I hope to see you guys there this weekend. Until next time, stay healthy, stay positive. I hope shit just works for you, and peace out.